What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the first week of the New Wave block, day 1 and day 2. I'm going to do a voiceover here and just explain a little bit about this block, the New Wave block. This isn't about chasing fatigue or proving toughness. Every exercise, every set, and percentage has a purpose. The goal isn't to survive training, but to build performance and then be able to express it when it matters. Day 1 for me establishes my foundation. I expose my primary movement to enough stress to create adaptation, but I also preserve technical quality. I'm paying attention to bar speed, movement efficiency, and recovery costs during these day 1s and days 2, especially for my primary bench and secondary deadlift. And I also look at how my body responds, not just whether I completed the weight. Day 2 builds on that signal, and especially not incorporating more volume moving forward. As far as for my day 2, I just manage overall system fatigue. Strength isn't created by accumulating random work. It's created by applying the right stress at the right time. And that's what I've done for my day 1 and day 2, not to overshoot the bullet, but to just be pinpoint with the accuracy. This allows for best adaptations. The difference between training with a plan and simply working hard. Throughout this block, you'll see how each session connects to the next, and you'll also see how recovery influences my performance, and then how performance influences programming. Programming influences adaptations as well. Every decision is made from the signals the athlete, such as myself, produces back from the training that has been logged. This is the new wave. This is not random. It's not guesswork. So in all honesty, for day 1 for me, the purpose wasn't to empty the whole tank. It was just to establish my first performance signal, to introduce the week. Every rep tells me something. The bar speed, maintain, technique, did it stay consistent? Was fatigue localized, or did it become systemic? Did movement quality improve or begin to deteriorate? These are some of the questions that I asked myself, ask myself around whether the work felt hard or not. A hard workout doesn't automatically produce a stronger athlete, as you may know, but quality signal does, right? So that's why I program and can't simply be based on percentages, RPE, or a spreadsheet. Programming is really the art of managing adaptation. The spreadsheet is just where the management gets organized. And understand that now, right? Just as coaching is managing the athlete and programming is initiating a plan and putting it in place, right? So forth is the same thing with programming being an art and managing adaptation, and then a spreadsheet is just where the management gets organized. So when I watch myself move, I'm not only looking at the weight on the bar, I watch my speed, how my rhythm's going, how consistent are my reps from set to set, even within the same set, and then how efficiently is force produced throughout the set and against sets. And then whether if I'm compensating a pattern, and does compensation begin to appear throughout my pattern, and then whether fatigue has been accumulated faster than expected, are all observations that I utilize to begin collecting data. Again, these are just some of the things that separates coaching from simply writing workouts, i.e. programming, right? A program tells you what to do. Coaching manages what has happened and then decides what comes next. And data analysis interprets those signals and leads, honestly, programming and coaching. That's one of the biggest ideas that I bring with me behind the SPI system. Performance analysis isn't recording numbers. Performance analysis is interpreting signals. The weight is only one signal, right? Execution, another. Recovery, another. Sleep, nutrition, stress, movement quality, velocity, even confidence under the bar. Every one of those tells me something, a different story, and then turns into a bigger story, right? No single metric should ever control the entire decision-making process, which oftentimes many coaches and athletes find themselves doing that. This is why my day 2 isn't just day 1 repeated with different exercises. Day 2 exists because the body has already received one training signal. Now the question becomes, how much additional stimulus can we apply before the cost begins to outweigh the benefit? That's the line every coach should be trying to find for their athlete, and then within their own programming that they set forth for their athlete. Performance analysis is a key indicator by using certain metrics, if not all, to begin to understand this fine line. Because once fatigue begins accumulating faster than adaptation, performance starts moving backwards, as I have mentioned and will be mentioning in an upcoming video of mine. Most athletes don't plateau because they stopped working. They plateau because they continue applying stress after the useful signal has already been delivered. The extra work feels productive, but physiologically, it isn't. That's why I talk so much about signal cost. Every set has a cost. Every repetition has a cost. The goal isn't to eliminate that cost. The goal is to make sure every unit of fatigue purchases meaningful adaptations. Think about it like investing. If someone gave you $100 to invest, you wouldn't spend $99 to earn $1 back. Yet that's exactly how many athletes train.